Is this video for sailing and entertainment purposes only? You're dang skippy it is.
Who's your favorite reaction channel? Somebody asked. Karina.
Why are you walking away so fast? You're walking in uniform.
Obsessed with Karina Kaboom. What's wrong with Karina Kaboom? She's a nice lady. Ha! The ha is going with Karina's intro tomorrow. I know it is. I cannot wait.
I don't do that.
You're kidding, right? What's it like knowing that your ALR the one that got away? I am not fazed.
Good evening.
What are you doing out here?
Hello everybody, it's me. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at will Foodie Beauty and amberlynn's channels survive, because YouTube has recently come out with an entire video that I'm going to link down below in my description box. Definitely take a look at it if you'd like. And a whole list of new guidance and new rules about what is not allowed to make money on YouTube. And as Kermit Kaboom, or Old Cretin, basically aka me, has told you for a while, you are not allowed to profit off of the content that Foodie Beauty makes. And amberlynn makes some of the content that they make. I mean, for Chantal, at this point, it'll affect her more than Amber. But I've told you for like years that the content that they both make is against the TOS. It was always against the rules, okay? Now YouTube is coming out and straight out saying that you cannot make certain types of content and get paid for it. And Foodie Beauty has actually responded to this. Amberlynn is going to skirt the issue. She's going to stay in delusion land on TikTok and not talk about it. Amberlynn is also having an all-new meltdown on TikTok over wifey. Rinse, lather, delusion, repeat. I love me some Amberlynn. Foodie Beauty, you need to ASAP wake up, as well as your ex-frenemy Amberlynn. So we're going to talk about that. There's going to be a Pokemon Go update at the end, if you could not tell already by this ridiculous intro. As always, everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only, not meant to be taken seriously. I'm sharing opinions and not facts about publicly accessible information made public by public figures. First, I would urge you to please, if you can, be kind in the comments section. Please do not go to these people's channels and leave them mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. Okay, girls, now let's talk about amberlynn's new breakdown, meltdown, really uncomfortable new TikTok to watch. My personal opinion as a watcher is that Amber's new TikTok is super, super, super uncomfortable, okay? So she's lip syncing a Weekend song saying that, you know, she put her ex, Alex wifey, Feline on top, and she was just a pit stop to her. Amberlynn was just a pit stop to her, and she can't believe it, and she, you know, titled it over there, like, when the delusion, you know, goes away, whatever. Like, okay, so let me just say this. None of this is giving what you think it's giving, Amber. Like, nobody here is believing that you know your worth, like she wrote, when the delulu starts to fade and you realize your worth. If you knew your worth, you would not continue to do stuff with this person. This person doesn't want you. She broke up with you. You started dating somebody in your head or whatever. I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, you're only doing things with her and posting these weird, uncomfortable, really uncomfortable TikToks to stick it to her. But here's the delusion speaking. Listen, she don't care in Eric's voice. We don't either. But your ex doesn't care. She doesn't care. Don't you understand?
I don't do that. That takes talent.
But like, no, you and Feline are like madly in love and you're just breaking up because you're in different places in your life. Like, Amber, she doesn't want to be with you. Continuing to like throw yourself at her and still like to still like do things with her and to still make a million TikToks about her, saying how you've been delusional about her and you're delusional about the other girl. What are you really trying to tell us? That you have been wrong about your ex? No, Kermit, you've been wrong about your ex. We told you from the start. You started the relationship on a lie. You're continuing to lie to everybody about it. You lied about her identity. identity. You lied to everybody that she didn't know who you were, and she did. Look, here's the bottom line. A relationship started on a lie is not going to end up a truthful, honest, meaningful relationship. But she's just having these breakdowns, these meltdowns. I already talked about them in other videos, where she's making these TikToks where she's saying that she's delusional. Okay, thank you for admitting that. That's fine. But now she's like, yeah, the delusion has set in and it's walked away and it took Kermit out for a walk. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Please go take Twinkie out for a walk instead. She's like trying to basically say in this TikTok, in my opinion, that wifey took advantage of her and, she put wifey above everybody else and wifey, didn't care about her. Amberlynn, then maybe stop doing things with her. Stop disrespecting the new person. My opinion, that she was dating this new person in her head, whatever. And so then this new person broke up with her via text because they never met. I think because she embarrassed this person. She told this person she was still doing things with wifey, and she embarrassed this person on camera, in front of like 200,000 people live. Stop having these breakdowns and meltdowns on TikTok. Not only are they uncomfortable to watch, they're free. You are doing this for free. One of the things that I didn't say last time about her meltdowns on TikTok is that I think that she's on purpose not doing this on YouTube because she knows that not everyone on YouTube, her entire audience on YouTube will not see this. She wants to act out on TikTok, like where she's like the most popular girl in school, and you are, AmberLynn, and she wants to just be like acting very strange, and she doesn't want her main audience to see it. That's what it is. Because why wouldn't she want to make money on this? For example, if she made shorts on this on YouTube, she would make some type of money on this. She would rather have a portion of her audience, see these weird, strange meltdowns for free, as opposed to her entire audience knowing about it for a fee. Rinse, lather, delusion, repeat. AmberLynn, why don't you make a video on YouTube? Your job. Anyway, speaking of your job. Okay, recently YouTube sent everyone a message who makes videos, and it's at this point, I think, pretty well known that YouTube has changed the rules again. If you're a YouTube creator, if you make YouTube videos, always pay attention to when your boss changes the rules, because any old content that's on your channel that breaks the rules can get you into serious and actually final trouble with your job, YouTube. That goes for Amber and Chantal. Chantal's already made a statement. We're going to look at it that this doesn't apply to her. Rinse, lather, delusion, repeat. Okay, it does apply to you. Basically, they relaxed the rules on one topic, which is not relevant here, and they are very serious about no longer monetizing EDs and any content on that. Okay, I told you before that they already had this like on the books, but now they're very, very clearly outlining what is not allowed. And if you want to see what they're talking about, video link down below in the description box. Amber has made a lot of content on this topic, visually showing it. She was banned on TikTok for it once, okay? So first of all of Amber's old videos could get her into serious trouble. Do I care about that? No. Do I think that she cares about that? No. This is my opinion, okay? I think that if you're wondering if Chantal or Amber will change their content, probably not. I think that, honestly, Amber and Chantal both believe they're like above the Kermit, above the law, above YouTube, and they basically don't feel like they are doing anything wrong. As you will see, Chantal accuses YouTube of discriminating against her, which is honestly the most ridiculous thing that I've heard in a long time. It's harmful behavior, and YouTube doesn't want you to profit from it. It is what it is. And the people that work with YouTube don't want to sell their products in that way. I don't think it really is an unfair decision. I think it's an understandable one, okay? So here's the thing. AmberLynn has a lot of content on this specific topic showing it. And the one thing about Amber is that she has a range of content. Basically, she can just talk to you about girlfriends and show you markers and show you hauls that she writes off on her taxes. And basically, there are other things that AmberLynn could do. She could do live streams. She could cause drama with her exes. You understand? So Amber is not tied to this content. As, let's be honest, all of her content has not been on this topic, okay? So I think that if she gets serious about her job, which we know she's a very conscientious worker, you know, she can get out of the situation of losing her channel, because you will lose your channel if you keep breaking your boss's rules, Amber and Chantal. Amber has other content she can post. Chantal seems very, very, very content on making this type of content. And Chantal doesn't have to lose her channel over this. She can just go and do live streams. But you see, live streams actually get her into more trouble in her mind, I think, my opinion. Like, she just says terrible negative things, which are also against the TOS. So she's already said, we're going to look at Chantal's response to this, that she's going to continue to do her type of content. Can these two girls lose their channels over this? Of course. Here's the thing. There's other content that both of them can make. I think Amber will be okay. I do. I don't know about Chantal, because Chantal is literally playing right into going against the rules. But what I would do is, you know, hey, listen, I would listen to my boss, but my opinion, please let me know yours, girls, down below, that I think they're not really going to listen to their boss's new rules because they don't think that they're doing, like, I've noticed this with Amber a lot. Whenever any rule comes out, or whenever anyone says that she's like against breaking the rules, she makes it a point to say that all the reaction channels are against the TOS, which they're not. But, you know, whenever anyone says anything to her, she's like, no, I'm not doing this. So, okay, you don't have to make this type of content. You don't have to get in trouble with, you know, YouTube. But time will curb it. Okay, time will tell. But here is what Chantal said about this topic.
Foodie, are you worried at all about the new YouTube rules? No.
You should be. You're violating them every single video that you post.
Because they mean, like, I watched the update today. They mean, like, they're not going to monetize people, okay? Has to be associated with disorder. So the thing with that
is that in the majority, not in all, but in the majority of your videos, because I've watched them, you always say that you have it and then demonstrate the behavior. So by YouTube's new rules, you're against the TOS.
you have to eat. So how can YouTube discriminate against, like, what's their guideline for what's, you know, I think they mean if someone comes on and is like counting.
So Foodie Beauty is basically trying to say that, first of all, she's not participating in the behavior. I am here to tell you that you are participating in the behavior on camera and profiting off of it. And YouTube has finally put their foot down and said, no, you can't do it. Remember when I told you that you couldn't glorify it and that was the rule on the books? That was always the rule. At this point, they're saying, we don't care. See, because that was a loophole that Amberlynn and Chantal used. Oh, well, we're not glorifying. No. So now they've put their foot down. They're like, hey, cannot do this behavior at all, okay? You can't, I mean, hey, you know, you cannot profit off of it. That's what they're saying. You cannot profit off of this, okay? And for example, companies like TikTok have come out straight out and said that that type of behavior is not accepted, like, on their platform. They don't want you to do that because they are afraid of people copying that behavior, which is understandable, right? This is something that Chantal loves to do. It's to deflect and delusion. Chantal is denying that she's doing this behavior. You are doing this behavior. If anyone has watched any of her mukbangs, she says that she has this and then she participates in the behavior. That's number one. So your denial of it is literally ludicrous because you have continuously said that you have this and then you're doing the behavior. The second part of this is that she's saying that YouTube is discriminating. I don't want to spend a long time on this because there's a lot of other foodie beauty drama that we're going to look at right now. But first of all, this is not discrimination. YouTube does not want what they consider harmful behavior on their platform to be monetized. I don't think that that's asking for too much. And what people don't understand, like Amber and Chantal, is that this is a private company. Google, YouTube, private company. They tell us all the time what we're not allowed to profit off of. It's usually certain topics, and I'm sure that you can guess which they are. Now, they always tweak rules. They've recently changed the rules on something two people do together when they're alone, okay? It's in that video that I've linked down below. But the point is that's not, you know, like, certain behaviors are just, they don't want people to profit off of it. They don't want content that creates money off of it. More than likely, this is just my opinion, because the people that work with YouTube that are, you know, the main reason that we can get paid today don't want to advertise on that type of content. I really think that that is something that the average person can comprehend. So first, she denies she's doing the behavior. You are. It's all over your videos. And you said that you have it, then participate in it. And then you're saying it's discrimination. It's not discrimination. They're not telling you that you are not allowed to make content on it. And that's what I want to end on with this. And we're going to look at her like raging on her community page. YouTube never said that you cannot make content on it. They said they won't pay you for it. So go ahead, AmberLynn and Chantal, continue to make this content without being paid for it. Because just so we're all clear, if you want to, for example, make content on YouTube about, for instance, like things that two people could do together when they're alone, right? You can make as much content on that as you would like, but you can't get paid for it. And that is the whole point, that this affects, my opinion, Chantal, way more than Amber, because what Amber likes to do is just lie for a fee, and apparently that's okay. She has other types of content. She could talk about dating. She could talk about containers. Man, who misses AmberLynn Reid's container arc? But Chantal's every video is the same. Go back to causing drama, Chantal, and live streams. But no, I do not think that this is discriminatory on YouTube's part. They're a private company. They don't want harmful behavior earning revenue. I don't think there's anything wrong with a private business saying that, okay? So anyways, thoughts, comments, Kermits, leave it in the dislikes down below. Let's continue on to Chantal's massive rages. Guess what? If you guess that she's raging about the cats and people who make videos about her, you get absolutely nothing. Well, you get to listen to me for more minutes. Happy Halloween. So before we get to her drama, it's not lost on me that she stays in her hotel room and her husband takes 2-hour walks in the street and live streams. My personal opinion is he's looking for somebody who is not Foodie Booty. That's just my opinion, Foodie Beauty. Okay, so look, she makes this community page post about an update about her cat, well, her former cat, Sam. Your cats are better off without you. We all know what she did to them, okay? And she's like talking about how like, oh, he's doing well. Like, here's the post. Like, I got this update from Sam's new owner. He's very much loved, a good environment. I know some of you really love my cats and will love to see him happy and beezing. I know it upset many when I decided to rehome them, and it's something I have to live with. Oh, please, you got a new cat to spite your audience. I really, honestly, I do not enjoy revisiting this. It's just, she's the one that is creating this drama. But, you know, I wish they were here with me. I dream about them every night. Nobody believes that, okay? Nobody. You should be concerned. Why? This is just my opinion. I think you should be concerned why your husband is taking 2-hour walks and he's not taking you with him. And I understand that maybe it's difficult for her. But this, I just, like I said, I think he's looking for somebody that's not Foodie Beauty. So then, of course, people obviously had a problem with this post about the cat. So then she rages. Quote, he looked happy and healthy with me too, so please shut it. Nobody has to shut it. Here's the thing. She deliberately creates drama about the cats. It's like if you did something bad and your audience didn't like it and it's a bad subject, why do you keep bringing it up? She has nothing else. People who have seen my cats in my videos for years, acting brand new like I didn't love them. I do believe that you cared for your cats at some point, and not anytime recent when you had them, because what you did to BBJ is inexcusable, okay? The thing is that you may have cared about them, and I doubt that you set out with an intention to hurt them, but you did. The point is, you cared more about a guy who takes 2-hour walks not to be with you or whatever, in my opinion, than your cats. I realize you are all desperate and peeved that I have moved on from the past. Nobody even cares about your present, never mind your past, and built a better life, leaving you without my train wreck life to profit off of. First of all, I don't know if you're like not realizing, maybe you're delusional. I don't know, just like with the Delulu era, with Amber's doing, like, there are people that are profiting off of your stuff every day. There's always going to be an audience that's interesting, and you're continuing to create silly, pointless drama about your cats. Like, please. But go out and enjoy life. It's getting sad. One crap channel even chose to react to me on her daughter's birthday. Imagine spending your child's special day asking for Cash App donation. I don't know who she's talking about, but I mean, who even cares? Like, is this again about all your nemesis? Like, let's see. Okay, she doesn't like Just Breezing. She doesn't like French Fry Girl. She doesn't like, oh, that's right. She doesn't like anyone that talks about it. Look, I'm going to say this. I'm going to end on this because I do not want to spend a long time on your drama with your cats that you yourself perpetuated. You mistreated your cats, and every single time, and that's a nice way of putting it, and every single time you bring it up, you need to create and cause drama. Your audience is done with it. They don't want to hear it. You were wrong. That's it. Those cats are in better homes now than with you. This thing about you continuously attacking people who have children and who are mothers is never going to end. You obviously have a vendetta against people who happen to be parents and do commentary on the side. And I really think, this is just my opinion, if you were in a happy relationship, or at least if you were doing certain things, you would not even bother. Those are my thoughts, comments, questions about Foodie Beauty. Let me know what you think about Amber and Foodie's future of their channels in the comments down below. And let's move on to a Pokemon Go update. Moving on to Pokemon Go raids. These are just some of the raids I've been doing recently. This is when Genesect was in the raids. This is my view on Genesect. I really don't recommend this Pokemon ever in the league. This Pokemon is incredibly weak to fire, and if you're facing a fire Pokemon, you're not going to win. The other issue that I find with Genesect is how he was introduced and how he has been treated in the raids. He was released, I believe, either the first, I could have sworn it was the first time, with a shiny. And then, for the majority of the years that he's been released, there was never, ever a shiny. Recently, there have been shinies, but you know when... my opinion is that, like, you know, something like leaves a bad taste in your mouth where they will not let you have the shiny for years, and now they do. This is a bird. I got a shiny of that bird. I kind of think this Pokemon is kind of useless. Like, I'm not a big fan. I'll tell you a little secret just between me and you. I really am not into birds and Pokemon Go. I think that Pokemon Go is just like, I don't know. I think they could have better birds, right? And so I was raiding for this bird to get a shiny. I eventually did, but now that you can only raid 5 times a day remotely, it's not that much fun, my opinion, what I think and how I feel, because, you know, you just want to raid just a little bit more. Like during GoFest, oh my God, it was unlimited raiding. It was just like the old times. It was amazing, but 5 times a day. And yeah, you can buy as many raid passes as you want for the local raids, but really, who has time with work and life to sit around and run around towards each local raid? But I'm not a big fan of birds, so I was just raiding for a shiny. I eventually got a shiny, but I don't really know what this bird can actually do in any like leagues. Like, I don't even really see birds being used unless it's like Moltres or anything like that. Okay, who do we have next? We have the best Pokemon in the game. So Kartana, in my opinion, is like, Kartana is my favorite Pokemon, is like top 3 Pokemon. And she looks like she's like very like glassy, like not a very tough Pokemon. Do not misunderstand Kartana. Let me tell you something. Kartana is the #1 Pokemon in the game, my opinion. First of all, she is the #1 grass attacker, but who cares about that, okay? Why do I think that this is one of the best, like, top 3 Pokemon? I just feel she's like the #1 Pokemon. Yes, I know I'm going to say something very controversial, way better than Mewtwo. I'm going to explain to you why. Kartana can do severe neutral damage. It's considered neutral damage, meaning that, like, it's not super effective to a Pokemon that is not weak to grass, but will take out the majority of that Pokemon. You need this Pokemon on your team. Kartana was just in the raids. If Kartana comes back, make sure you get yourself a few. Kartana is not just the best grass Pokemon, and I do believe that she is one, but top 3. Okay, we have Raikou back in the raids. I don't have a hundo of Raikou. I don't have like a hundo of like the other 2 that have just been released. Well, they're not just released, but they're the ones that just came back to raids. They're very old Pokemon. I don't have a hundo of Entei either. And that cat starts with an S. I can't pronounce his name. Somebody, whatever. Anyway, so I don't have hundos of any of them, so I'm rating for them. I think that the shiny of this Pokemon is super beautiful, but I haven't gotten a lot of shinies. A few years ago I did, but now, like I said, because you can only raid remotely 5 times a day, you know, I have to tell you something. Remember the good old days? Oh, I remember the good old days when I used to raid like hundreds of times a day. It was amazing. You could actually try to get what you want in the game, and now it's like the chances of getting what you want are so lowered. It feels like sometimes like Like, just for me, if you play Pokemon Go, you could let me know. I just feel sometimes I'm not as happy as I used to be because my raiding capabilities have been completely stunted. Now I'm just gonna only raid remotely 5 times a day. And like I said, people cannot just be at every raid every time with work and life. And so, but yeah, that's just me raiding. But I am less happier in the game. I will say, to be honest, less happier in the game because I can't raid as much. But, you know, it is what it is. They want you to, you know, go everywhere, but except for Go Fest. You know what I mean? It's a dichotomy. Okay, this was Celesteela. This used to be locked towards different regions of the world. Now it's unlocked. It was unlocked. Celesteela looks very cool, but there's not much to say about Celesteela. I wouldn't like chase this Pokemon around. I wanted a hundo. I did not get one. Did a few raids with it. Because Celesteela doesn't really do much. I wouldn't use it against leaders. I wouldn't use it against Team Go Rocket. Wouldn't use it against a Grunt. Wouldn't use it in the league. So that is Celesteela. I think that Celesteela looks super cool. I feel that they should have already released a shiny of Kartana and Celesteela, but they did not. But my number one thing that I wanted to tell you is if you do not have a Kartana, please get at least one, do a free raid. This is the number one Pokemon Kartana in the game, in my opinion, because the amount of damage that Pokemon can do to somebody who is not weak to her is phenomenal. And I just love Kartana, and I do have a hundo of Kartana, and I powered up as many Kartanas as I could. It's hard to power them up, obviously, but Celesteela just looks cool. I feel like it's, you know, kind of Celesteela to me is like smoke and mirrors. Looks tough, looks cool, but what does Celesteela really do? Not much. Right, that's about it for today's video. I want to thank you so very much for watching today and taking the time out of your day to spend some time with me. If you enjoyed today's video or you didn't enjoy it, check out this video that's popping up here. I'm going to link a video on a similar topic. You could go and watch it, like it or dislike it, depending on your preferences. Thank you so much for being here. Thoughts, comments, questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And you know, I will see you very, very soon in the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.
When was the last time you sent amberlynn Reid a DM? Okay, I got it. You've been messaging her? Are you the catfish that has been messaging amberlynn Reid? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. I'll take that as a yes. What a nice turkey.